Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Schaefer and this is my COETAIL final project. I currently work at Seisen International School in Tokyo, Japan, where I am the grade 2 Homon teacher. Seisen International School is an IB PYP school, and the unit I chose is the Sharing the Planet unit, in which students will learn to understand that life on Earth is dependent on a balanced relationship amongst living things, and that people's choices can affect other people, plants, and animals. My goal for this unit was to embed digital storytelling in an authentic way while trying to reach the redefinition stage of the SAMR model. The ISTE standards my students will be working on during this unit are all related to creative communicator. Students create original works or responsibly repurpose or remix digital resources into new creations. Students communicate complex ideas clearly and effectively by creating or using a variety of digital objects. Students publish or present content that customizes the message and medium for their intended audience. Furthermore, students will learn to be able to use technology in creative ways to show their learning, speak clearly to share their ideas so they make sense to others, use the right voice and language for different situations, and teach others about their learning. Started our unit with a See, Think, Wonder to find out what prior knowledge they had about different types of habitats. After the See, Think, Wonder, students were challenged to sort different types of living things within each habitat. These activities help them think deeply about the wonders or questions they have and would like to investigate further into. Now it was time to gather some more knowledge. Students went on Edpuzzle to learn about habitats, living and non-living things, food chain and food webs, and endangered versus extinct animals. We did a food web simulation in which each student got assigned an animal or plant. I would read the script and the string would go from one living thing to the other. After this, the students all chose one habitat and started doing research to learn more about this. We used PebbleGo, BrainPop Junior, Britannica, Epic, and books from our classroom and school library. One of the requirements and skills they would be working on during their research was citing their sources. To teach them the importance of citing, I used the Let's Give Credit lesson from Common Sense Media. I also taught them the easiest and quickest way to find high-resolution pictures online that we actually are allowed to use for our presentation. Tell me how to find pictures online.
First you press Tools, it will be right here.
And then?
Then press Size and Large.
After this?
Then you can press Usage Rights and create a commons license. And then it will appear.
And why is it important we do it this way?
Because we don't want to copy someone's picture without permission. So maybe you want to be polite more.
To give this project some extra creativity and one-of-a-kind, eye-catching images, I decided to integrate some digital art using Sketches School, as they had been working with this in visual arts. Since this was a perfect fit for ISTE Standard 1.6b, I thought it would be nice for them to create their own background while making an animation using Scratch Junior for the introduction of their video. The students were enjoying doing research so much, it was hard for me to get them to finalize it and get them started working on their final projects. But time was ticking and we only had 2 weeks left to get the videos done. They started working on their storyboards, transferring their research notes into a script, then finding the pictures that would match their text. After this, I introduced them to the iMovie app. They quickly figured out how to import their images they had saved on their iPads and started recording their voiceovers. This was the trickiest part. Most recorded everything in one go, but they quickly found out that if they did it like that, they wouldn't be able to adjust the length of their pictures to match with their voiceover.
It's not long enough.
What do you mean it's not long enough?
Because every time I record, it goes here, and then it's not time for me to go there.
Can you not move it?
I know. First record what you want to say. Is this like for the beginning? Yeah, this is so say what. First record. After first record, then you can make it long.
Luckily, it didn't bother them too much to record it a couple times in order to get everything right. The storyboard was a good tool for them to keep track of where to start and stop their different scenes and to keep the pictures in order. One of the goals the students would work on was to communicate their ideas clearly, effectively, and in an expressive way. To work on their presentation skills, they were able to record their introduction and closing of their video using the green screen. They then learned that adding their green screen scene into iMovie is done slightly differently than adding pictures.
You do a green screen, tap here, do the dot, and then green/blue screen, and then it ends at the right time.
As an extra challenge, I gave some of the fast finishers the task to add text and music to their video. Now that they had learned the basic tools of iMovie, I wanted to see if they could figure out how to add text or music. They quickly found out how to add text, but had some trouble adding music, so I taught one of the students, telling her to teach the others. Soon after that, the entire class had music to their videos.
And then you press audio, and then you press soundtracks, and you can choose any of them if it is colored like these ones.
Finally, they presented their videos to their parents. It was Earth Day, so a perfect day to teach others about the importance of a balanced ecosystem and how we can help endangered animals. To finalize this project, we took some time to do peer and self-assessments. The students looked at each other's videos, rated their communication skills, and gave them a star and a wish, all using Padlet. We also exchanged this Padlet with the grade 2 students from Nagoya International School to gather even more feedback. After this, the students described their favorite part of the project. They described anything they found challenging and what they would do differently next time. Finally, they described how they have grown as learners. So here I am at the end of my COETAIL journey, and I have to say that I have learned many things. And in many ways, this course has transformed not only my teaching, but also who I am as an educator. Now I am able to identify possible learning moments and turn these into experiences for my students so much more easily. My classroom management has become more focused on the positives rather than the negatives, but more importantly, it has given me the opportunity to collaborate with other teachers across the world. Because of COETAIL, I was able to set up a virtual exchange with another international school in Saudi Arabia. This helped my students and myself become global collaborators. When I started this course, I was pretty worried about this. As someone who doesn't have a big presence on social media and is still a lurker, I was wondering if I would ever be able to become that global collaborator. But in reality, this proved to be much more easy than it sounded. And I've learned to just contact old colleagues who have moved on to other international schools and other countries to keep these relationships alive.